What's going on, good people? Welcome back to another episode of the Bison Trading Show, bringing you another installation of the live trading series. If you don't know, I'm half of the Bison Trading Show crew. I go by the name of Ty Trades Futures, and of course, I'm here with my guy.
You already know who it is, the one and only. I'm the D guy, aka Per Financial. And I hope you guys are ready and have your levels ready because we're going to see what the market has to give us. We're just going to dive right on in.
All right. So, today is a culmination of all the things we've been going over this week on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. We want to make sure we put together all of the things that we covered this week so we can show you guys how to use all of these things together efficiently in a live market environment. That's what today's goal is. So, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure you go ahead, drop that in the chat, and we'll get back to you. So, we don't have too long before the market opens. So, that's all the talking that we have to do for right now. Let's go ahead and get straight into the analysis. Let's start with US 30. That's what I'll be trading primarily today. I'll be trading that and a little bit of GU on the future side. So let's look at US 30. Not much has changed since last night. We're pretty much very, very stagnant, pretty much in the same place, same location. So not much has changed on the daily, but on the hourly, we can see that prices have moved up just slightly a little bit. They kind of pulled back last night. I think what was yesterday? May
The
27th.
27th.
So that means we was doing an analysis like up here. So we still in this same consolidation zone that we were in last night. We're hovering above what used to be previous highs. So we're in an uptrend. All we have to do is wait for the market to come back to this level, and then we can look for potential long trades. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see a short that maybe it'll come back down to these areas down here. So I might be looking out for that. And, that's on the hourly chart. But if we look at it from the 5 minute basis, that's what I trade off of because that gives me a picture of what's happening right here, right now. I think we're on the verge of potentially breaking this flag support if we can get a push to the downside when the market opens. But if not, we still got to stick to the trend and look for the overall potential long trades. We see support, we see the demand zone. We don't have to make it complicated. We see where we need to go long. When prices come back to it, we'll look to potentially go long off of there, catch a nice little trade, maybe take it back up to the top of structure. And that's it. Just want to keep it simple. Let's see. Yeah, not much has happened since last night. That's pretty much just a quick update. That's what I'll be looking at for today, US 30. But of course, not US 30 in particular. We're going to be trading Dow Jones futures. So make sure when I'm calling out prices, you guys switch over to this chart right here. YM1 exclamation point. That's the ticker symbol. So with that being said, let me go ahead and pass it over to Darren. Let's see his analysis and let's go ahead and break it down.
So we're going to look at AU. We're going to be flashing here and there over to gold because I like what gold has been doing. But for the most part, I think AU is kind of where we're kind of going to be staying for the most part because, like we said, we wanted to wait for this bottom neckline area to be broken. So it looks like last night it was doing some movement and we got the break of that neckline. But we still only has come down to levels that is familiar with the market in the past. So we haven't broken that low just quite yet. So I'll be looking for the market to come down into this purple zone here, probably find some rejection down here, and then probably try to make its way back up again. But if it does break this, 65 moving average, I would definitely want to take it back to the bottom of the red zone. But I want to be patient on this one and let the trade come to me. Even though on the highest time frame it's going down, the overall trend is down, but the weekly and the daily line up for possible movements to the upside. So like I said, when all those moving averages don't align on all of the higher time frames, I want to wait and get a little bit more confirmation before I hop into the market. So let's just see what the market has to give us, and we're going to be patient about this today, and we're going to try to make some good moves. Gold. I don't think I'm going to be doing too much with gold. Gold has really just been respecting this area, so I'm just pretty much looking to see what it does once it comes back into this area to these lows. Hopefully hit the 7 moving average, and we can just probably continue to take the market back up. But that's pretty much going to be my overlook for the day. So I'm going to flash it back over to Ty.
All right. So now that we have a little bit of time, let's take a look at GU. I'm looking to trade the futures on GU. Now GU is one of the pairs where I don't trade it all the time. I only trade it when the market is trending. And today I woke up and I was able to see that. So let's kind of take a look at GU and see exactly what I'm talking about. On the hourly chart, we have a nice down move. We're kind of in a consolidation zone. We have a top 142, a bottom at 141. We're on our way right now, as we can see, straight down back to the bottom of the zone. So I'm looking to catch a move off of that momentum and just catch a nice little short trade, maybe for 10 to 20 pips, and call it a wrap for GU because I don't trade it often, just when it's trending. So I don't want to stick around for too long. I'm just here for a good time, not a long time. So, when we talk about downtrends, we always look for prices to come back, retest that last low, and then we want to see them make a new low lower down below 41.37. So, if we can see that happen, that's a potential move that I'm looking for today. Now, when we flash back over to the platform, we can see that for the most part, that's the move that's been happening. We have our last high right here. Notice how that move also happened on higher volume. That's exhaustion volume. That lets you know that everybody who wants to sell at this point has already done so. And also, everybody who wants to buy here has already done so. So, who's there to push the market back up? Not too many people. So, then we see markets come back down. We retest 141.40. We see markets push back up. They make a similar long tail candle wick, just like they did right here. And then we see prices continue to move back down. So right now, I'm looking to potentially get back into this trade. I had a little trade on it earlier, but it ran past me a little bit. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to short as prices are coming up into that level. I want to short as they come into it and then reverse back down and start moving in the opposite direction, which is what we're seeing right now. We saw the long tail candle wick, prices move down on the next candle, and then down on the next subsequent two candles. And this is a 5-minute chart. So prices have actually been kind of falling back down for the past 15 minutes. Now, I don't want to necessarily take the short right now. So what I'll do, put my order right here, 141.51, put my stop 10 points above at 141.61, and look to take it down. I usually would say 20 points, but since the market structure bottom is at 141.39, that's where I'll look to take my trade for today. So with that being said, hopefully we can see that trade get hit. We'll flash back and forth on that while we're looking at the Dow Jones. But remember what I said about the Dow. That overall level is going to hold up. And that's actually what we saw. At 9 o'clock, look at what happened. Prices came back down to the bottom of that level, bounced right back off it. And now they're heading back up to the upside. So it'll be real interesting to see exactly what goes on in this market today. On Fridays, it's usually a little bit slow. So we might have to just, take one or two trades and call it a day. Or hopefully the market can be super wide open and give us a lot of opportunities. But we'll play it how it goes. Either way, it's opportunity to make money regardless.
Hey, yo,
So with
bro,
that
check
being
the chat,
said,
bro.
D,
Someone saying what's good to you, fam.
what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's going on, good people? Appreciate y'all for tapping into the stream, man. Got a lot of good things coming up today. So make sure you guys stay tuned. So on that note, D, what's some information you want to drop on the people before today's session gets started?
I guess one thing I wanna just kind of work on from my past live trading is definitely be patient. Kind of stick to my guns, but also be open to both sides. So just because I didn't get it right the first time, I try to give myself at least three chances to make a trade before I call it a day. Sometime I'll squeeze in that last one, but then I'll make sure my risk management is correct, and I really don't try to over leverage myself just because I lost. If I lose my 3 times, I'm gonna grab my towel and we're gonna throw it in. So we pretty much good. So how much we got, like, still 5 more minutes to the market opens.
Dang, so GU kind of moved without me. We saw that move at 151. We were waiting for that order to come back and get hit, but prices continue moving. So that's a good thing. That means that overall, even though we didn't catch the move, we're in tune with the markets. So whenever you're in that type of zone, all you have to do is wait for the next move to come around. Don't try and chase the market if you miss your trade. Because when you chase the market, you just lead yourself into ruin and lead yourself into a trap. Don't set yourself up for failure. Just wait for the market to give you your next opportunity and then capitalize on it. So let's kind of analyze this chart and see what we could expect. Of course, we still have our order resting right there at 151 because if we get that second touch, I'll take that today. But other than that, man, until we see exhaustion volume, the trend is not over. So all my sellers, I would say you could probably still hold it a little bit until you see a volume bar down here that's at least higher than the one that we saw from this 9 o'clock candle, or at least comparable to that. So make sure you keep your eyes open for that, because if you see that, you need to get out the trade and take your profits. Remember, we talked about that last night, taking your profits when it comes to market structure and the market is telling you to get out. Now, it's not about holding it, trying to make the most. It's about taking as much as you can get from that specific time period. So that's what we want to focus on today, as well as all of the things that we were able to cover on Tuesday and Thursday. We talked to you guys about a lot of things. Don't forget about what we talked about when it comes to options. Don't forget about bonds. Don't forget about futures contracts. We talked about all of those things. So if you were unable to actually catch those episodes, make sure you slide back to our catalog both on YouTube and on twitch.tv, and make sure you check out everything we have to offer, because we want to make sure that you're not missing out on any of this good trading knowledge, man.
That's a
And
bet. We got 2 more minutes till the market opens.
two more.
And remember, when the market first opens up, we don't want to jump in immediately. There's going to be some things that's going to happen when the market first opened up. So we want, pretty much the market to wake up and, well, not really wake up because it's never with sleep, but, pretty much the stock market to open. And we're pretty much that to wait, because that's the whole financial world is pretty much opening up at 9:30. So even though the Forex market is open currently right now, we should definitely see some movement when the stock market opens at 9:30. So that is why we wait for 9:30.
And also, while we have a little time, I want you guys to make sure you follow us on all of our platforms. Make sure you follow the Bison Trading Show on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, make sure you go ahead and do that. If you're not subscribed on Twitch, make sure you go ahead and do that as well. Of course, make sure you check out Dee's page, Pearl Financial, and our newly created IG page.
Yep.
Right here, you guys see it, the Bison Trading Show. We literally just created this last night. We promote a lot for the trading show on our personal pages. So It
Yep.
only made sense that we have a main page now. So make sure you follow us over there, because all the updates will be on that page.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'll give you guys a chance to see what we've talked about. We'll drop little previews of the show. And I know IG has expanded some of their platforms, well, not platforms, but the video settings that allow the videos to go longer. So if it allows us to drop the whole video, hey, why not? We may even drop the whole video in there. But that might even just take away from you actually going over to our channel to check it out. So we'll just only give you snippets there. And if you want the whole thing, you can just slide over to YouTube. So 9:30, here we are. Let's see what you guys have to offer us today.
What was you looking for on gold again?
I was looking for the up move. I was looking for the market to even, looks like it pretty much kind of hit the area I was talking about. So if it stays up from where we are right now, I'll be looking for the buy. If I miss this touch here, then I would try to go off the break of some of these lows down here. And then we'll just take it back up again. But some is kind of like in my gut that's kind of telling me that this could still possibly be in a retracement momentum, and that the market is kind of far away from the 65. and that probably before it makes its way up, it's probably going to get a huge drop down, and then that'll probably be my signal to hop in. So I'm just going to keep my eyes open and just kind of be open to both sides. I want the up move to happen, but if I have to capitalize on a short movement a little bit, then I would do that as well.
So what you seeing new with AU?
AU, it doesn't really like us doing too much, but let's drop down to a lower time frame.
That's one of my favorite setups right there.
Yeah, so being that we got this break of structure right here, either one or two things is either going to happen. It's either going to come up and retest this to continue back down. But what worries me is that where we are right now is an area in which the market has struggled before. And the last time it hit this, it literally shot all the way back up again. It didn't have no momentum to come down below this green line. So, I mean, if we could get the break of this green line, I'm pretty sure we have some movements to come down all the way down to this blue line. But I'm really seeing that this green line is being respected, so I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for the buy as well on this one. I want to take I want to take the short. Trust me, I
So
want to take the short, but it's just something about this hitting this like this. And ever since this low right here, we've been making lower lows and lower highs, and then the structure that just got broken. And I think this was overnight at 7. Actually, that just happened this morning, I think. So,
so if you bought it, where would you put your stop?
if I bought it, so I would buy low would be somewhere down here. So probably right behind this green line. If the market gets behind this green line, I most likely have no reason to be in this trade because ever since April 21st, we got above this line and never had no intentions on going back down below the green line. So if it breaks this green line, that's kind of important because it hasn't. We're now at the end of May, so we probably spent about almost 2 months above this line, or just about to be 2 months above this line. So it being broken is very significant. So I will be looking, being patient for the up move. So, do you think it could go short?
Yeah, just based on that big down movement that happened overnight.
Right here, right?
Yeah, the seller stepped in.
Mm.
Now, of course, the buyer's gonna come back in at the demand zone and push it back higher.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, the seller's gonna come back in eventually. The market gonna roll over,
And push
and then
back
it's gonna
down.
make the second down move.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
it just
yeah,
takes time.
yep. So probably I would put this box. And this would be pretty much if I get the break out of this box down below, then obviously we're going short. But like you said, when it's making a down movement like that, and we're in a demand zone, it's only right that it pushes back up. So the best move to happen for a sell is obviously up here in the green line, right off of the 7, and we could just take it back down to the blue zone. So, yeah, man, this market is moving like dry and pink.
It's because you on a 4 hour.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. Let me just drop down to the 5 minute. Let me come down to some action. And I mean, even where we are right now, this green wick looks like it came up, but the body came all the way back down and closed down here. So, I mean, this can still be broken. And honestly, if it breaks here, obviously this is the next. But if this gets broken, then we're coming way back up here. And then this will be the area in which we're going to hop in for the sell.
Looked like it made a higher low once it bounced off that demand zone down by the green line.
Yep, right here. Yep. First higher high, higher low. and it's now breaking this trend right now. So we could either capitalize on the buy up to the green zone before we take the short, or we could just wait till it gets the green zone up here and then take the short.
What's the last high?
The last high, this one, and then after that one, this one. We're talking about this?
Nah, that's the last lows.
Wait, you said the last highs?
Yeah.
From where we are right now, the last high was this.
What price is that?
76,935 or 930.
All right, bet. I'm gonna look at some AU futures.
Yeah, and this joint just looked like it broke that high, the high to the left. So I mean, if we didn't get in down here with these lows, down here is going to probably be the next areas to try to hop in for those lows for it to come back down and retrace. So it just broke it. So anytime it breaks it, we're looking for the retest. So just got that broke. So I mean, something right that right there is just too high. So we'll just come down here. So that price is actually 76,925. And this was the previous low before that.
Oh yeah, it's moving for sure.
Mm-hmm. So this was
You taking it back up to the green zone after 65?
Yep, up here, yep. So if I can get it to come back down here to like, all right, are you sure you want to keep going? This would be my area to go from here to here. Let me see how many pips that is. This is the 5 minute, so it shouldn't be a lot. Nice 25.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good day.
Yeah.
It's a real good day.
Let's go to the 15 minute. Yeah, and like this green candle was just now, so.
And it's breaking over the 7.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, the 7 could also be a good area to hop in if it's just so strong. But I never want to, because I definitely learned my lesson with that. When we see a green candle like this, you're like, oh man, it's never going to come down and retest and hit the areas, but it eventually does. 76925 is going to be one of my areas I'm going to go. It's going to be a buy limit. 76925. And we're going to go with the 20 as well. Anything going on over there?
Oh yeah, Dow Jones is moving. Initially, when the market opened, it came back down. It retested that demand zone that we talked about,
Mm-hmm.
and it bounced off of it. I didn't take the trade because at the open, sometimes things can be a little bit rough, but don't let that deter y'all. That was just me being scary. That's me. But I like to wait for confirmation. I'm conservative. So we saw prices actually come back down, retest that level again. But remember how we talked about last night on Dollar Swiss how sometimes if you miss the move from that one level, you got to cancel your order once the move has already happened. You can't wait for it to come back up and test it a second time because the market situation is not the same. That order worked before, but it might not work now. And that's what happened on the Dow Jones earlier on. We came back, we tested that level once, but the second time we came back to it, there was no support. We ran straight through it, and right now we can see that we're making a push to the downside. Notice how we made a high for this overall session right before the open at 618. We pulled down, came back up, made a lower high at 600, and now we pushed past what used to be the lows. We've made a new low. So now we're expecting markets to come back up, pull back, retest that area, and then we want to see the next leg of the down move continue. So that's what I'm looking for right now. We can see that we're kind of in a pullback right here. I want to see prices come higher. I have my sell order at 34,576,
Oh, yo,
and
this
I'm
joint is
looking to take it
pushing
back down
up.
to structure. What'd you say?
This joint is pushing up crazy, bro. This
Yes,
joint
it
might
is.
definitely might not have no momentum to come back down. We might have missed it.
Nah, that's when you know it's coming back down.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes it does run. But
It just takes off, and it's like if you didn't catch that up leg, it's like don't try to chase it now. Like if you didn't catch it, and it's looked like we missed, not really missed here, but this was the first, this was the second, but this one was the retest, but there was no retest for this one. So this could probably be happening right now. The retest coming down. So like you said, that retest is coming.
And another one of the reasons that the recess always happen is because of the people that go long right here where we at. Because imagine if you went long up here, your stop would probably be either somewhere at the green. Well, y'all, everybody out there, you guys' stop would probably be somewhere at the first green line at the top, or at the last high. So when the market pulls back, everybody's stop gets hit, which makes the market sell off faster. It pulls all the way back to that last high.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody who had orders waiting, they push it up. And everybody who bought it too early at the highs was like, dang, you see, I knew I should have waited.
Yep.
That's why patience is so important.
Very,
Always.
very. And I feel like the momentum. Let me see, is there any news coming out for today? Doesn't really look like any like big impactful news is coming out. Chicago MPI, that's on the yellow. AU MI inflation gauge, that's tonight. So yeah, doesn't look like just probably just the USDs, but these are just like very minimal impacts. So anytime you see yellow or orange, that's not that bad. But when you see red, that's usually like big things are gonna happen. So matter of fact, I think orange is one of like a okay movement. But yeah, there's really no big impactful news coming out. So the market's going to be moving regular. And as you can see, we look like we're going to have that retracement back down, like Tiberius said. I want to make sure I have my orders in. I have them at 76925. Down here, 76920. Just a little bit lower. And then 76950. Right here. And 60. 10 pips above. So, yep. So I have two areas right here at the top and then two areas down here right here. So let's see what the market does. Feeling a little confident. You place any orders in yet?
Yep, I got an order right now. It's pending 34,576. As you guys can see, we have a last low up here at 66. Notice how when we made the low for the day at 5:30, we worked our way all the way back to that last low. And from that point, we saw the market fall off a little bit. You could have caught a good 20 points off of that move right there, just playing it off of market structure. It usually holds up most of the time. And if you get in, you get out. You can stack up profits bit by bit, nickel and dime your way up to $1 easily. Well, not easily, but simply. It's never easy in the market. But right now, I'm still a little hesitant to go short right here because I feel like the pullback is not over. I'm saying that because look at this long tail candle wick that we made at the lows for the day at 532. The bodies close all the way up here at 550. So that's a 20-point difference. That's a big movement on the 1 minute chart. That tells us that the buyers are in the market regardless of all of the momentum that the sellers have. That's why you always want to put your orders above and don't get trapped by the market, because the market is going to give you a lot of opportunities. It's going to be a lot of times in the market where you feel like, man, let me short because it's going down. But just give yourself 5-10 minutes. Let the market really give you the best setup. So I'm waiting for my order to get hit. We're about 5 points away. We're coming into it right now. All right. Order has gotten hit. I'm a little bit concerned though, because we had a whole lot of upward momentum coming into that level. I don't like placing short orders and stepping in front of a moving train. But we do have exhaustion volume popping up. So we know what that means. We talked about exhaustion volume earlier. When you see that, it usually means that everybody who wants to buy at this level has already done so. So if there's no more buyers in the market, more than likely the market could go down most of the time. So we'll keep that on tap. We still have our stop at 97 just to protect us if the markets keep going against us. Momentum is kind of strong right now. Stop is almost close to getting hit. So we'll see how it plays out. I still like the trade just because of the overall movement for the markets. We know that things were going down, right? We were able to break past that flag support. So now we expect the retest. So all we have to do here is see if we got in a little bit too early on the retest and if we need to wait. So depending on whether or not this trade gets stopped out or it takes profit, that'll give us the answer to that question right there. So we've been trading on the 1 minute for a long time. You always want to make sure you flash back up to the higher time frame so you can get the bigger picture of what's going on in the market to help you understand what you're looking at. So when we zoom out and we look at the 5 minute, we can see that the flag support, it did get broken, but only by a wick. The body's closed right at that level. So technically, depending on how you view the markets, you could consider that a bounce. So I think that's the one thing that's kind of in the way of this short trade working. But because we had such a strong down move at the open, I still think that we can move a little bit lower. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I take my losses as they come. And if I do take a loss, I just reevaluate and wait for the next move.
That's it. I still, at least for me, I just feel like we just gonna try to make our way up here. Where we are right now is actually not too far away. It's about 12, 13 pips from where we are now. So I mean, could it really be worth hopping in for a long, taking it up 15 pips, and then want to hop in for the short? Because like I said, I feel like the overall trend is still short. We're just only currently going against the market trend. So I had placed some orders. They never got hit. It never came down low enough to get me hit down here. So that's why I dropped down to the minute chart, just to see what's really going on. So I think really right now it's just really moving up. It's at high areas. I'm not going to try to get in because really I'm buying in too high. We want to buy low and sell high. So I think right now I might have missed my opportunity to get in for the buy. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to just jump in right now because that'll just be a little too risky. So I try putting a buy somewhere at the 77 even level, but I also still have levels down here. But yeah, so I just really think that as far as the buy move sitting in this area, it's just too high. So I think right now we might have to just kind of chill out for the sell, because I think just panically jumping in for a buy right now is just very how do you say, someone who's new at something?
Ill advised.
Ill advised. Perfect word.
I
So
think.
an
Hold on.
amateur.
Hey, we got something going on over here.
You got a good day for the day?
Yeah. So we were moving against our trade, but like that exhaustion volume was indicating to us before, everybody who wanted to buy already did, and we saw the market fizzle out up where we had our order. So our break even stop gets hit automatic. I mean, it gets activated, after we have a 15-point profit. So the break even is activated. This is now a risk-free trade. Our I move my take profit back up to the bottom of structure at 45, and boom, do you guys see that right there? You see that blue arrow that just got formed? That means that our trade has been closed out for a profit. So we shorted at 576. We bought it back at 545. That's a good what? Let's do some math. 31 points. So that's a good way to start the day, man. I think in a market like this, you take what you can get. So like I said before, whether you take a loss or a win after every trade, you got to reevaluate and figure out what's exactly going on with the market. So I didn't want to cut you off. Just want to flash back over. We had breaking news, but back to AU. What's the word?
Man, right now, like I said, I think the market is just pushing up mad fast. So we're never gonna hop in right now. So I think right now we're gonna have to just chill and wait for the setup for the sell. So I think the 77, 150, 145, 140 is gonna be our areas to want to hop in. So I think right now I'm just gonna have to just chill because me jumping in right now, like buy, 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 as soon as I buy in, this red candle is gonna form and even possibly fall all the way back down here, and then it's gonna go up. So I missed my opportunities. I had them set, but the market just didn't had no momentum to come down and hit my orders. So
Yeah, just not yet.
just not yet. Yeah. So right now, like I said, think I have 3 orders in. I have 77 flat, which was down here. But then I still have my original orders down here at the 76, 960, and 50. So
I feel like trends like this on AU where it runs away from you, those are some of the hardest trends to trade. Even though on the screen we look at it and we say, oh, it went straight up. All you have to do was buy. We say that after the fact. But in the moment when we see it happening, it's like we stuck between a rock and a hard place because we know it's going up. But at the same time, we can't buy at higher prices.
Yes, it's like I really want to just pick my phone up and press the buy button. But what kind of example would I be for you guys if I just picked up my phone and did the buy button? It's like, what happened to the buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high? Like, that's one of the things I want you guys to see. I missed the trade. Yes, I'm a little upset, but like we said, we keep the emotions out of it. We use logic, and the logic thing to understand is we're coming up to a very, very strong supply zone, and we were originally wanting to go short anyway. So we're gonna have to just be patient and wait for our sell to set up, and we want the trade to come to us and not force the trade. We still got about another 8 to 10 pips to go before we can think about setting up for the short. So I gotta pretty much rock out. I can't do nothing else. We just gotta bask in Ty's wins right now.
And you know what? I'm gonna make sure we keep those wins because one thing I learned about trading, especially for me, just in particular, and I think this could apply to a lot of people out there too, is that man, when you get up on the markets, you just gotta take your profits. My goal every day is to just try and be finish in the green, make some profits, whether it's a little bit or a lot. And a lot of times I'll make profit first thing off the bat, first trade of the morning, and then give it all back because of overconfidence, trying to overtrade the market. It's like, look, you got in, you did what you had to do. We got 31 points. It's no reason we can't call it a day and just continue to analyze the market, but not trade. So that's the vibe I'm on right now. I still want to call out orders for you guys though, because the overall uptrend is kind of still happening. We just took advantage of a little small pullback. So we'll kind of see how this market plays out as time moves along. And let's see.
Let's see what gold is going on with gold.
Yeah, what's up with gold? Because wasn't it retracing, or we was looking at the retracement last couple minutes ago?
Yeah, we were saying pretty much we were looking for. We were just pretty much looking forward to see if it can come back down a little bit more into the box a little bit, maybe hit the top of the box or even the green line. But it's just looking like now it definitely found resistance down here and could possibly be heading up. But we made this high, lower, lower low, lower high, lower low. Well, this is the same, so it could be just consolidating now. But it came back down exactly to this low over, I mean, to this high area over here. And this candle's getting looking really chunky, very strong. A lot of buyers could be in the market. So, I mean, if we can get a break of this high and this high and a break of structure, I think we could definitely be heading our way up. And to me, it doesn't look like it has any intentions on coming down.
That one wick might have been it.
Yeah, that one wick I think was exactly it. This was the come down. If I didn't catch this come down and the bottom of these wicks right here, then I think it's still a little possibility you can find somewhere to get in, but you want to try to get in at a lower area. So if you didn't get in here, you should try to get in down here. And if you didn't get in down here, maybe use like one of these candles, the bottom of the bodies, get in down there, or the bottom of the 7, and then go up. Let's flashback.
So
Huh?
what session does gold move in the most?
I think, let me see. Let's look at history and just look at days and see how much pips it's moved in that day. So yesterday was the 27th. We didn't get no movement then. What day was this? The 25th. What day was the 25th?
That was 3 days ago, Tuesday.
Tuesday. So I think we get some movements early in the beginning of the week. It looks like towards the end of the week, we don't get a lot of movement. 19th is a Wednesday. So this is Wednesday, Tuesday. So to me, it probably just looks like overnight, kind of. Early. This is 6 o'clock, but I wonder if that's 6 o'clock a.m. or p.m. I think the morning has the most movements. But I don't know why it's not moving this morning, but let's drop down to lower time frames, the minute.
Yeah, it's moving on a minute.
Oh, yeah, it's
Somebody
definitely
making
moving.
some money.
Definitely. Today's the 28th, so if someone got in down here at this wick, oh my gosh. And this was today at 8 o'clock.
Could have made $16 on gold.
Boy, if you was a trader and got in,
For some people, that's the best move of the year right there.
right here, but we only on the minute, so that don't even look like a lot, to be honest with you.
Well, that's a lot. That's $18 for gold. $18. That's a big move.
That's a big move, right?
Well, it's a big trade. Not a big move, but it's a big trade. Because I think with gold futures, it's like $10. I think it's $100 for every dollar that gold moves. So if you was trading one contract, you would have made $1,800 on gold for that move right there.
You said how much? You said how much dollars?
1,800.
1,800. Jeez. Let's flash back over to AU and see if my sell came yet.
Dollar Swiss,
That's
my
dollar
baby.
Swiss. Nope. I would say no. That's not what I'm talking about. Let's go right here. Okay, so we still have more movement to go up. So could possibly be coming down to touch this wick. But even right here, it would still be kind of high. Still just pushing up. If you the way this is moving up, where would you hop in for the buy? Would you just press the buy button and just go against everything we talk about here,
Nah, I couldn't do it.
or where would
Drop
you?
down to the 1 minute and zoom in a little bit. Mm, man, I would say the last opportunity was probably when it couple candles ago, 1, 2, 3, when it hit that moving average. But even then,
It's
that's easy
still
to say
high.
looking back on.
Yeah, like even this is still, even though this was like a little pullback, this is still high though. Like,
Yeah, it's like one of those situations where the pullback is not what you want it to be, so you can't force it to be what you want. You just
right?
gotta let it be what it is, and if it doesn't fit,
It
we'll
just,
quit.
yeah, it just doesn't fit. Like, so it's just like I can't try to force something that's not there. Like,
Sometimes we just gotta let other people eat in the market. I know
mm-hmm.
it's some people having a real good day. They like, oh man,
What
we
they
going to Vegas tonight.
for real? They got in that, especially if they got in down here. Like they got 3 consecutive green candles. They should be getting ready to get out soon anyway. If they're in, I thought I had like a zone drew. What happened to my little zone that was kind of drew right here? What happened to that little zone that I had? So yeah, I want to see it come up into this green zone. It looked like it's already hitting that green zone already. So we're literally pips away. We're not too far away at all. We're like 5, 6 pips away. So I think we're definitely coming into a strong supply zone. And it just hit this. Oh, I'm about to say, and it just hit the 7 moving average. Oh yeah, we out of here. I'm trying to expect the market to do something similar to here, where it came up, hit that 7 moving average, and then shot all the way back down. But also, but this is a good level.
But maybe that. What do you think about the bullish engulfing that just happened on the hourly?
I feel like maybe this bullish engulfing was needed just to get back up to the structure that was just broken for the retest.
But
So I mean, I would, like I said, I would love to get in for the buy, but it's just something about this lower, lower, lower high and the way these just crossed back over, and there's really nothing kind of giving me that buy feel other than this bullish engulfing. So would you think about like would you think about hopping in for a buy past this green zone
potentially,
potentially?
because we got the bullish engulfing. We know that on the longer term picture, AU, we talked about last night, AU was coming into the demand zone area. So check and see, like, what's that level on the bigger time frames? What price is that? Is that 77?
Where?
77 even? Is that where prices bounced off of?
Hold on.
The bottom of the area?
You talking about this down here?
Yeah, what price is that?
76.77.
Okay.
Let me go to the higher time frame because it kind of looked a little different. No.
Oh, so hold on. Where did it close? Where the body's at?
Oh, so it came down, but it closed back up into the pretty much the structure of these lows. So it
What
literally
price?
so it came down to the 76.75. Excuse me, 76.740, and but the bodies closed all the way back up at 77 even.
Bet. False breakout.
Yes, clearly it was because it was like it literally just. It's almost like They just reached his hand down and just touched the green line, but then just pulled his hand back up again and was like, "Yo, we back all the way above 77 even." Like, and like you said, could possibly be like a false breakout. But, but, when I say but, it's because I just still feel like the overall direction is still down.
On the monthly.
On the monthly, yeah, on the monthly. Because on the weekly and daily, it just shows higher highs and higher lows. We got the cross above, the 7 is above the 65, so things are pointing to the up. But ever since this little red wick up here, it made a lower low, lower high, lower low. Well, no, this is a consolidation area. Okay, so now it's looking like it's finding some resistance. Oh, we hit the 65. Oh, yeah. This could probably be our area to get to either hop in for the buy. Hop in for the buy just to somewhere up here. But if it goes past here, great. But if it finds resistance here, we'll just take our profit there. But I think something about it coming up, bouncing right off at the 65, and the market's breaking over the moving average. You could possibly be right that the market could be straightening up. And I'm glad I just didn't hop right in as soon as the market opened, because things are still kind of choppy. And when I say choppy, it's just really no clear-cut direction. Like, yeah, we can kind of speculate. Like, yes, we made lower lows and lower highs. But I just feel if it never broken these highs up here, it's not really considered higher highs or higher lows. We're still just pretty much kind of really touch this area right here in which we broke. Like, yo, do you sure you want to continue to go down? And this was probably like, yeah, this is good enough. Even if I did it like this, it'd be like, yeah, that's just good enough. And now we about to just go back down. That's the thing. Like, this year might need a little bit more just confirmation. Things are just not lining up. But like, if I had to lean for a side, I would have to still stay on the short for now, because it's just too far up for a buy. Yeah, we're just now coming into a strong supply zone. Do you see anything else that I could possibly be missing that I'm just not seeing? Like, bro, nah, it's definitely going long, bro. Like, am I missing something?
I would say go back to the daily and hide everything. So I remember last night we were looking at that overall consolidation zone that prices have been stuck in, and it was like clearly stuck. Like every time they tried to get past it, they couldn't do it. And this morning was just another example of that, because we ran past 77 and it looked like the down move was real strong. Then on the lower time frames, the minute and the 5 minute, we had a V pattern reversal that brought us back up above 77, back into the consolidation zone. So now, and actually we look at the close. Of course, we can't judge the daily yet because the day isn't over. But so far, the close is located right there towards the overall wicks that were kind of making the bottom demand zone for that entire area around 77. So I would say that maybe you could just get a short term bounce for right now.
Yeah.
Catch 10, 20, 15 pips.
Yeah.
And then get out of the way when the shorts step back in.
Yeah. And I was just like, maybe I am kind of forcing the buy right now, and I feel like maybe the buy is just over. I like literally talked all the way through it, and I feel like maybe it's starting to set up for this short. It's coming right up to these low areas in which we spoke about.
So if it breaks past those, oh yeah.
Yeah, if it breaks
Up.
past this, I totally agree with you. But if it comes to here, it makes it hits it like a ceiling. then I would have to disagree with you and say I was absolutely right.
Yeah, this pair is making me nervous.
Yeah, it's like kind of choppy. It's just going in like a sideward direction, like going up, but it's just choppy. Like it's not really making any like clear cut directions, letting us know like, yo, you're going short or you're going long. So I think on this one, I'm gonna stay I'm gonna just get ready for the short. That's what I'm gonna get ready for because I feel like I literally talked through the whole entire up move. It's just been going up, respecting structure. It's just gonna come right to the area in which I wanted to, and it's gonna turn right around. So let me see. I'm placing some orders for this sell. Coming to nice supply zone. Let's see if I place some joints. Let's see what happens. So pretty much you're good for today?
Yeah, right now I'm just marking up the chart. So for everybody, make sure you guys pay attention to what I'm doing over here. I'm just this is my way to journalize my trades. Now, you guys don't have to do it this way. This is just one example out of hundreds. But you always got to make sure that good, bad, or anything in between, you always take notes of your trades. You record them so that way you can go back, look back, see, okay, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? And what do I need to work on going into the next week or the next day? So this is what I'm doing right here, just kind of making sure I understand exactly what happened during the trade. Because it's one thing when you're 3 days away from the trade. Yeah, you can remember what happened on Friday when it's Sunday. But what about 4 weeks, 5, 6, 7 weeks down the line? You look back at this chart, you're gonna say, dang, what did I do? I don't remember. So that's why you journal and keep notes. So we're gonna go ahead and take a screenshot of this trade right here. This is what I like to do. Go ahead, just chop it up, boom,
Are you sharing your
save it.
Are you sharing your screen? Because I'm looking onto my phone and I see my screen, not yours.
You on YouTube or Twitch?
I'm on both.
Yeah, it's up here. I'm looking at it.
Oh, I only see my screen on Twitch. I can't even see what you're
It's
doing.
on the it's on delay. I think it's like 30 seconds.
Oh, 30-second delay. And this joint is doing exactly what I thought I was gonna do on the AU. But continue. I don't want to jump right in. Finish what you were gonna say. My
Yeah,
orders are now being hit.
just go ahead, save it in your chart records folder, and then you're pretty much good. So make sure you just take records of all your trades. What was going on over there?
So I know AU is definitely now. I think it hit that area in which I knew it was gonna hit. It's gonna come up, hit that 7 moving average, and now we're pulling down. I had some orders placed right here at the tip of the 7 moving average. Looks like it's gotten hit, and it's now we're a little bit in profit. We're gonna keep our eyes on it, but we're gonna keep our stop tight, and I think our stop should be no more than probably this high right here because let me see. Yeah, we can risk about 12 to maybe 15 pips if it goes any higher than this. Then I think that we need to hop out for the short, meaning if it's going against me. So this is how much I'm going to risk, and I pretty much want to take it. It will obviously, yeah, take it back down to the bottom of this blue zone. So let's just see what the market gives us. So I'm in my orders now. I probably would let them rock most likely because it literally took our whole episode for them to get hit. But like I told you, that's the one thing I wanted to do when I came into this session was I wanted to be patient and I wanted the trade to come to me. And that's exactly what I did. And I'm happy with that. So Go ahead, time. Finish up what you were saying.
You gotta see it live and direct. That's what we do, man. We come on here, just try and break it down, give it to you, good, bad, and anything in between. We just want to show you how to move and maneuver in these markets. And as you can see from today's session, it's not all peaches and cream all the time. It's anytime you get into the market, most days you're gonna have a lot of mental battles going back and forth. Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
the selling side is saying this, the buying side is saying this, and it could be situations where both sides can make an argument. And as a trader, you got to decide what you want to do. And sometimes your emotions can get the best of you. You hop in too early. You like but in situations like these, like D just displayed to you, yeah, you watch the market and you like, man, I missed it. But you still wait for it to come to where you want it to come to, and then you capitalize. So that's just a lesson that hopefully you guys picked up on today, man. We're definitely gonna save this episode because I feel like it was so much game dropping this episode, not just about charts, but about trading psychology and everything in general. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been a good session so far.
Yeah, man. So I think pretty much I'm gonna let these joints rock. I'm pretty much done for the day. Ty did his screenshot, so you already know he's probably done for the day. I appreciate everyone who's come out this morning and watched our live trades, seen us live, put the money on the wood. We literally call out these things and we're patient. Like we said, being that we missed all of this, like I said, we can be patient and just let the trade come to us. So it came exactly where we predicted it was going to come. It hit it and did exactly what we said was going to happen. So that's right there, being patient, knowing your levels, understanding the market on how the market moves. So man, that's all I pretty much have. So I'll pretty much give you an update on next week's class on Tuesday. You know, Ty will definitely be posting next week's schedule. Is there anything else I need to say? Oh, you already know you can definitely hit me on my personal IG page at I'm the D guy at IMDGUY. We have our new IG Bison Trading Show page, and that is where is it? That is Bison Trading Show. Bison Trading Show, one word, is our new IG page. We're going to be uploading some good material there, so you can always check out what's been going on, see what we talked about, or even drop the comment. But if you want to hit us directly, like I said, my personal is at I'm the D guy. My business is at Pearl underscore financial underscore LLC. And you already know you can hit my boy Tiberius on his links at.
You guys can follow me on both Instagram and YouTube under the name Ty Trades Futures. On Instagram, I have this series called Trade of the Day where I break down a trade kind of like I did today, where I tell you exactly what happened, what I saw from the markets, what made me get in, what I learned from it, and hopefully what you can learn from it too. This afternoon, I'll have a lesson coming based on today's trade that I took. So make sure you guys tap in and follow me over there on the gram and also on YouTube as well. And of course, like Darren mentioned earlier, we have our new IG page, the Bison Trading Show. So make sure you slide over there, follow us. We want to get those followers up and check out the YouTube page as well, Bison Trading Show, man. Let's get it.
All right, guys, there you have it. So, with that being said, oh man, I think I broke my mouse thing. That's unfortunate, man. Anyway, with that being said, man, I appreciate everyone who pulled up this morning. I know it was an early one, but we came in, we dropped some game, and everything pretty much hit the way we wanted to, and we can say we're both leaving with W's. So, with that being said, for anyone who know this trade for a while, should know what the next thing I'm gonna say. Tiberius, man, take us out of here respectfully.
All right, good people. Happy Friday. We'll see you Tuesday night, 9:35 Eastern Standard Time. Until then, take it easy.
All right.